Poem by William Shakespeare. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved.
I chose Shakespeare's 116th sonnet as my favorite poem for several reasons. The first reason being the subject matter of enduring love. I am unashamedly a hopeless romantic. I read those starry-eyed novels. I cry during those cliché movie scenes where the hero runs through the airport and makes it on the plane just in time to confess his undying devotion. I even belt out sappy love songs in the car. That's just me. True, I've never had a serious romantic relationship in my life, but I like to think that enduring love is out there. In spite of the hookups, breakups, and makeups that I've witnessed, I've also had a front row seat to true love at its finest. My mom and dad are the perfect example of the kind of love Shakespeare talks about in this poem. They share a kind of love that doesn't fade alongside youth. It doesn't give up when life gets difficult. It is constant and only gets stronger with time. The second reason why I chose this poem is the use of language. It's such a beautiful thing to experience a well-written novel or poem. You're simply reading along, and suddenly a word or phrase jumps out at you that is so rich and unequaled that it's almost impossible to continue without soaking it up as completely as possible. You read it, then read it again. I feel like the classic authors, Austen, Bronte, Dickens, and Doyle, and Shakespeare, they do it best. They're the ones who keep me coming back for more, the ones that manage to captivate me every time. Some of my favorite lines from Shakespeare's 116th sonnet are, "It, love, is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved." You don't often hear people speak that way anymore. Nowadays, we use as few words as possible to get our point across as fast as possible. Shakespeare's style and language gives us a chance to slow down and enjoy words for what they are. The third and simplest reason for why I chose this poem is the way it brings to mind the first time I heard it. In the 1995 movie adaptation of Jane Austen's novel Sense and Sensibility, one of the heroines, Mary Ann Dashwood, discovers that the man she loves has chosen to marry a woman from a wealthier family. Mary Ann, heartbroken and forsaken, braves a storm to reach the top of a hill overlooking her love's estate. She whispers Shakespeare's 116th sonnet from memory and knows that if his love for her had been true, it would never have been shaken by greed. No man ever loved if his pursuit was perfection. Love is a more intricate and baffling emotion. It is deeper than a simple, trifling affection. It means late night and early morning devotion. To love, one must have a certain sensibility, to keep a cool head when lifted to the clouds. Love pays no attention to contempt or animosity, but kindness and respect it refuses to shroud. Prejudice and pride are a hushed invasion. Beware of their damaging deceptions. Or indifference will become your only persuasion, and quiet tears will only blur your perception. If flawless sentiment is still what you seek, through this sonnet you've counted sheep.